You walk into a room and immediately know who's lying, who's hungry for power, who's about to betray someone, and who's genuinely safe. You're not psychic. Instead, you've learned to read the invisible language everyone's speaking, but nobody's truly hearing. While they're playing emotional poker, you're seeing every single card. You're doing this not to win? No. It's to choose which games are even worth playing. This is strategic emotional intelligence, and it's about to change everything. There's a level of emotional intelligence so advanced that Niccolo Machiavelli himself called it the divine art of reading souls. Carl Jung studied it, but even he warned it was too powerful for the unconscious mind. It's the ability to see through people's masks so clearly that manipulation becomes impossible. You're not just defended, you are 3 moves ahead. Intelligence agencies train it. CEOs pay millions to learn it. But tonight, I'm revealing the complete system. By the end of this video, you will read people like subtitles are running beneath their very words. But I'm warning you, once you see this clearly, every relationship changes. Ready to truly see what everyone's really thinking. Right now, someone in your life is pretending, performing, plotting. You feel it, but you can't prove it. That uncertainty, it ends tonight. You'll master 5 levels of strategic emotional intelligence, from basic detection to advanced prediction, from seeing through people to seeing their next move before they even make it. This isn't about becoming manipulative. It's about becoming unmanipulatable through seeing the game so clearly that you transcend it entirely. Level 1, the micro-expression map. Let me tell you about Anna. Her business partner was stealing from her for 2 years. Everyone told her she was paranoid, but Anna knew. How? His face told her every single time. When she mentioned finances, his left eye would twitch for 0.2 seconds. When discussing trust, his mouth would smile, but his eyes stayed dead. These are micro-expressions, the face's way of leaking truth. Jung discovered, but rarely taught, that the face is the mirror of the mind, and eyes without speaking confess the secrets of the heart. Here's exactly what he meant. We'll cover the 7 universal leaks. You'll want to memorize these. First, contempt. One corner of the mouth raises slightly. This means they think they're superior to you. Their hidden message is, "You're beneath me." And once you see this, you'll start to hear that smirk in people's voices, even when they're speaking politely. Second, duping delight. A tiny smile when someone is lying. This means they're actually enjoying deceiving you. Their hidden message, "I'm getting away with this." Third, fear flash. Their eyes widen for a split second. This tells you just hit a truth they're desperately trying to hide. Their hidden message, "You're too close to my secret." Fourth, nostril flare. A brief expansion of the nostrils when angry. This signifies rage they're suppressing. The hidden message, "I want to attack, but can't." Try this now. Picture your most suspicious relationship. Remember their face during crucial conversations. Which leak did you see? Here's a real example. Sarah's husband always said, "I love you," but his eyebrows pulled together. That's the universal sign of anger. His words said love, yet his face said resentment. 6 months later, she found out about the affair. His face knew before she did. Level 2, the body betrayal system. Machiavelli also knew this. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. But he had a secret method to see through appearances. He watched the body, not just the face. Let's dive into the truth zones. First, their feet. Feet point toward their true interest. If they point toward the door, the person wants to leave. If they point toward someone else, that's where their attention really is. If they're wrapped around chair legs, they feel anxiety or deception. Next, their hands. Hands reveal internal states. Hidden hands often signify a hidden agenda. Steepled fingers can indicate a superiority complex. And if they're touching their face while talking, it's a potential sign of deception. Finally, their torso. This shows their engagement level. Leaning away means psychological retreat. Arms crossed form an emotional barrier. A chest open indicates genuine confidence. Here's where it gets creepy accurate. Still with me? Tom's employee always agreed enthusiastically in meetings. Face smiled, words confirmed. But his feet pointed at the door, his torso angled away. His body said, "I'm already gone." 2 weeks later, Tom received a resignation letter. The body doesn't lie because it can't. It's connected to the unconscious mind, which Jung called the truthful part of us. While the mouth performs, the body confesses. This is where most people stop. They learn a few tells and think they've mastered it. But if you truly want to transcend manipulation, if you want to become untouchable, you need to integrate these patterns on a deeper level. You're about to learn how to hear the lies, even when the words sound true. Level 3, the verbal analysis protocol. Beyond words lies truth. Jung discovered linguistic patterns that reveal hidden agendas. Here's his secret system. First, pronouns reveal priority. Excessive I often points to narcissistic tendencies. An absent I means they're avoiding responsibility. Using we when they're alone with you can signal enmeshment issues. And frequent you statements often mean projection is active. Next, time language shows control. If they're past-focused, it can indicate depression or manipulation through guilt. Future-focused language might reveal anxiety or control through fear. And if the present is absent from their language, it can signal dissociation or deception. Finally, qualifiers expose lies. Phrases like, "to be honest," are often preceding dishonesty. "Trust me" is usually a sign they're untrustworthy. "I would never" often means they probably already did. And if they say, "believe me," well, you probably shouldn't. These aren't just words. They're smoke signals from the unconscious, desperately trying to mask something. Test this. Grab a text from someone you don't fully trust. Count their qualifiers. Do you see the pattern? A real case. Lisa's friend always said, "I would never betray you. Trust me, I'm not that kind of person." 3 qualifiers in 1 sentence. What was she overcompensating for? Exactly what she was already doing. The integration formula. Strategic EQ Level 1 is the combination of micro-expressions, body language, and verbal patterns. When all three align, that's truth. When they conflict, that's deception. And when they're performative, that's manipulation. Here's an example. Someone says, "I'm happy for your success," but their face shows contempt. That's a mismatch. Their body leans away, another mismatch. And they use "you" statements only, signaling distance. This tells you they're threatened by your success. You just read their real feelings in under 3 seconds. Stop. Think of your last confusing conversation. Apply this formula. What were they really saying? That confusion you felt? It was your unconscious detecting misalignment. We've built your foundation. You can now read people's current state. But strategic emotional intelligence goes even deeper. Next, I'm teaching you to predict their next move before they even know they'll make it. Ready to become 3 steps ahead? Level 4, the behavioral physics engine. Jung's most guarded insight. Every person is a system seeking equilibrium. Disturb that equilibrium, and you can predict exactly how they'll restore it. Machiavelli also knew this. Men are so simple and so ready to obey present necessities. Translation: people are predictable when you know their core drivers. Everyone has a primary core driver. Here are the 5. First, safety seekers. They avoid conflict at all costs. The prediction: they will betray you to keep peace. Their trigger: any confrontation. Their response: immediate compliance or flight. Understanding this driver lets you disarm potential betrayal simply by controlling the environment. Second, power hunters. They need control over others. The prediction: they will undermine threats to their status. Their trigger: anyone else getting attention. Their response: sabotage disguised as concern. Third, connection addicts. They're desperate for belonging. The prediction: they will sacrifice truth for acceptance. Their trigger: the threat of isolation. Their response: shape-shifting to match the group. Fourth, validation vampires. They feed on praise and attention. The prediction: they will create drama for the spotlight. Their trigger: being ignored or overlooked. Their response: escalating performances. And fifth, freedom fighters. They cannot tolerate restriction. The prediction: they will sabotage anything binding. Their trigger: rules, commitments, obligations. Their response: rebellion or disappearance. Which one is your primary driver? Be honest. Knowing yourself is the first step to truly reading others. A real example. Mark identified his boss as a power hunter. When Mark got praised in a meeting, he predicted, correctly, that his boss would 1. Take credit within 48 hours. 2. Assign him impossible tasks. And 3. Publicly criticize him soon. All 3 happened in sequence. Mark was prepared. The trigger response map. Every person has predictable triggers. Map them once, predict them forever. To create your map, note what makes them suddenly emotional. Track their response pattern. Time how long until equilibrium returns, and document their restoration method. Example: Sarah's mother was a connection addict. Her trigger: Sarah setting any boundary. Her response: a guilt missile, then the silent treatment, then a health crisis, followed by love bombing. The timeline: 3 to 5 days per cycle. Her restoration method: Sarah apologizing. Once mapped, Sarah predicted and prepared for each stage. Her mother's manipulation lost power because Sarah saw it coming. Level 5. The Shadow Tell System. This is PhD level, Jung's deepest work. Everyone carries a shadow, and the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it is. Translation: what people deny most about themselves drives their behavior most. Find their shadow, and you can predict their moves. Think of the shadow as a wounded wolf hiding behind their eyes, growling at what it fears most. Touch it, and it bites. Here's the shadow detection protocol. First, what they criticize most in others is often their own shadow. If they say, "I hate liars," they probably lie to themselves. If they say, "Weak people disgust me," they actually fear their own weakness. If "selfish people are evil" is their mantra, they might be suppressing their own needs. Second, what they overcompensate for often reveals a shadow fear. Excessive generosity could be a fear of being seen as selfish. Constant strength can mask a terror of vulnerability. Perpetual positivity often denies a hidden darkness. Third, what triggers instant rage indicates shadow exposure. Touch their shadow and watch them explode. It's their kryptonite zone. This is the part that changes everything. Stay with me. Example: Tom's coworker constantly preached about loyalty, hated backstabbers, and made loyalty speeches. Shadow tell: he was actively planning betrayal. People don't preach what they practice. They preach what they're wrestling with. 2 months later, he started a competing company with stolen clients. Your strategic prediction combines their core driver, their current trigger, and their shadow state. Example: your partner is a validation vampire. That's their driver. You just got promoted. That's the trigger. And they hate attention seekers. That's their shadow. The prediction: they'll create drama to reclaim the spotlight while simultaneously accusing you of becoming an attention seeker. When all three align, your accuracy rate is 85 to 90%. Machiavelli had a secret that Jung later confirmed. Every emotional state has an energy signature you can feel from across a room. Here are the 7 signatures. First, predatory. It feels like being hunted. It's a cold, calculating, patient energy. They're planning to use you. Second, parasitic. It feels draining immediately. A needy, desperate, clinging energy. They will exhaust your resources. You know that feeling of instant exhaustion after talking to someone? That's not random. It's a parasitic energy signature. Third, performative. It feels like watching TV. A bright, fake, exhausting energy. There's nothing real beneath the display. Fourth, protective. It feels like walls. A guarded, distant, defensive energy. They're hiding something. Fifth, projected. It feels like accusation. an aggressive, blaming energy. They're fighting themselves through you. Sixth, peaceful. It feels like calm water, a settled, clear, present energy. This one is rare, but real. These people are safe. And finally, powerful. It feels like gravity, a centered, sovereign energy. They need nothing from you. Right now, inventory your relationships. Which energy signature does each person emit? That feeling you get around them? That's data. If you're finally seeing how predators have drained you for years, and you're ready to end it, subscribe now. The final section will show you how to never fall for it again. This isn't just theory. It's your blueprint for immunity. Knowing is power, but strategic response is mastery. Here's how to use your new intelligence for different types of people. For safety seekers, never corner them publicly. Always give them escape routes in conflict. Your prediction accuracy will be 90%. Your strategic approach, gentle but firm boundaries. For power hunters, never challenge their authority directly. Let them think ideas are theirs. Your prediction accuracy will be 85%. Your strategic approach, invisible influence. For connection addicts, never threaten isolation suddenly. Give them gradual adjustment time. Prediction accuracy, 88%. Strategic approach, conditional availability. For validation vampires, never compete for their attention. Redirect the spotlight strategically. Prediction accuracy, 92%. Strategic approach, selective validation. For freedom fighters, never box them in. Always offer choices. Prediction accuracy, 87%. Strategic approach, structured flexibility. When you can predict manipulation, you can prevent it. Example, you have a power hunter boss about to sabotage you. Your preemptive move, email a summary of your idea to the team first. The result? They can't steal credit without exposure. Another example, a connection addict friend is about to guilt trip you. Your preemptive move, tell them, I know this boundary upsets you, and I'm holding it with love. The result? The guilt missile is diffused before it even launches. This isn't manipulation. It's navigation. You're not controlling them. You're protecting yourself with intelligence. Jung's advanced teaching. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Use this strategically. With safe people, those with peaceful or powerful energy, be fully transparent. Share your intelligence openly. Build deeper connection. With unsafe people, predatory or parasitic, practice. Strategic opacity. Reveal only what serves you. Maintain an observer's distance. With developing people, those with mixed signatures, use graduated transparency. Test with small truths. Adjust based on their response. Sometimes strategic EQ reveals that relationships simply must end. Here's how to navigate that. For different types of people, predators. This requires a swift, complete cutoff. There's no explanation needed. They'll use it against you. No gradual fade. They'll escalate. Implement a full block and no contact. Parasites. Implement gradual energy reduction. Be slowly less available. give increasingly bland responses, they'll eventually find a new host. Performers. Call out the performance directly. Say, "I prefer the real you." They'll either get real or flee. You win either way. To truly master this, make strategic EQ a daily practice. In the morning, set the intention. Today, I observe patterns, energy, and shadows. During interactions, check for face, body, and word alignment. Feel their energy signature. Note their core driver. Predict their next move. In the evening, review your accuracy. What did you predict correctly? What surprised you? What patterns emerged? Within 30 days, you'll read people instantly. Within 90 days, you'll predict behavior accurately. Within 6 months, manipulation will become impossible against you. Let me tell you what happens when you truly master strategic emotional intelligence. First, you'll feel like you have superpowers. You'll see lies before they're spoken. You'll feel betrayal before it happens. You'll predict behavior with an eerie accuracy. It's intoxicating. Then, you'll feel a kind of isolation. This happens because you'll see how much performance surrounds you, how many predators and parasites you've been feeding, and how few truly peaceful, powerful people actually exist. But then, the magic happens. Your clarity becomes a filter. Manipulators sense you see them, and they simply disappear. Parasites realize you're not food, and they leave. Performers understand you want genuine connection, and they either transform or exit. And who remains? The real ones. The ones with peaceful or powerful energy. The ones who match your clarity with their authenticity. Remember Anna? She now sees people before they can ever harm her. She lives with an almost supernatural calm because she understands the hidden language of human nature. You will too. Jung promised, "Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes." Strategic emotional intelligence isn't just about reading others. It's about seeing so clearly that only truth can exist in your presence. Manipulation requires shadows. You, my friend, have become light. The people you'll meet tomorrow don't know it yet, but they're about to encounter someone who sees through every mask, reads every tell, predicts every move. This is not to hurt them. This is to decide who deserves access to your energy. You came here confused by people's hidden agendas. You're leaving with X-ray vision for souls. Use it wisely, because with great clarity comes great responsibility. To protect yourself and choose connections worthy of your sight. You now see what 99% miss. You predict what others call intuition. You understand what therapists take years to uncover in seconds. The game has changed. This isn't because you're playing better, but because you see the board, the pieces, and the moves before they happen. Welcome to Strategic Emotional Intelligence. Welcome to seeing reality unfiltered. Welcome to freedom through clarity. This isn't just intelligence. It's immunity. You recognize manipulation. You've become untouchable. You see through everyone, subscribe, and hit the bell. Your new life is calling.